USA is terrified of our power. North Korea amba.ssador hails Pyongyang's nuke program. And they added that North Korea was a responsible nuclear power, a peace-loving state, and will sincerely fulfill non-proliferation obligation. He also claimed Pyongyang has developed an absolutely perfect system to prevent the illegal transfer of nuclear weapons and technology. North Korea has accelerated the pace of its missile program, launching 40 ballistic missiles and conducting 3 nuclear tests over the past 2 years. And today the hermit state ignored a U.S. call for a cessation of weapons testing to allow for talks with Pyongyang on its nuclear program, as he insisted his country would not pose a threat to any state, as long as its interests were not infringed upon. The comments from North Korea's ambassador to the United Nations come after Secretary of State Rex Tillerson on Friday urged North Korea, for the second time this week, to enter negotiations and give up its nuclear weapons. Speaking at the United Nations Security Council in a session called for foreign ministers, Tillerson said the United States asks that any talks be preceded by a sustained cessation of North Korea's threatening behavior. He added, North Korea must turn its way back to the table. The pressure campaign must and will continue until denuclearization is achieved. But the White House distanced itself from Tillerson's remarks and said that now is not the time for negotiations. North Korea has made clear it has little interest in negotiations with Donald Trump and his military chiefs until Kim Jong-un has developed the ability to hit the U.S. mainland with a nuclear-tipped missile. And Ya Song-nam made no mention of Tillerson's call in his speech to the session, which he called a desperate measure plotted by the U.S. being terrified by the incredible might of our republic that has successfully achieved the great historic cause of completing the state nuclear force. Japanese Foreign Minister Taro Kono told the Security Council that any lull in missile tests did not mean that North Korea was sitting idly. He said, the latest launch was conducted 75 days after North Korea's provocations in September. Some optimistic views labeled 75 days of silence as a positive signal. However, the missile launch in November made it clear that North Korea was continuing to relentlessly develop its nuclear and missile programs even while they were seemingly silent. Tillerson also urged China and Russia on Friday to increase pressure on North Korea by going beyond the implementation of UN sanctions, which have been ratcheted up since 2006. China, in return, urged an immediate end to rhetoric and actions that are unfavorable to denuclearization on the Korean peninsula, while Russian Ambassador Vasily Nebenza warned of the danger of war over North Korea, saying, one ill-thought-out or misinterpreted step could lead to lamentable consequences.